Hello, everyone. I'm Krooked, and this is Unscripted, where I take a look at an older game, or not even an older game, just any game, really, and give a really unscripted review of it. Today I'm playing Aladdin. I'm going to be in Disney when you watch these videos. Well, okay, maybe not when you watch them, but when they premiere. So I decided, why not? We're going to play some Disney stuff. So in Agrabah, a faraway land of wind and sand, a young street rat named Aladdin must steal to survive. Meanwhile, Jafar, the Sultan's advisor, plots to take over the kingdom by stealing the magic lamp from the perilous Cave of Wonders. Our story begins on Dark Night. So, not something that you see in a lot of older games. A story that literally goes, hey, this is what's going on. Although, if you need the story for Aladdin, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is fucking Aladdin. Man, I haven't played this in a long time. So with this game, you are Aladdin, and you have to get through levels in a platformer style thing. And there's a lot of different references to the movie and different things that you can see. So like camels, they spit. The song that's playing right now is Prince Ali, which doesn't even make sense because this is way too early in the movie for that. Ow! There's a Super Nintendo version of this too, and I seem to remember liking one more than I like the other, but I don't remember which one is which, ever. I mean, this has some pretty good controls though. It's pretty tight. I'm using 6-button Sega Genesis configuration because, well, I hated 3-button everything. Like, 3-button controllers are trash. Something that I'm not a fan of is the level scrolling. It's very rough. Like, rough. But, I mean, the music's great, considering you automatically know what song this is if you've watched the movies at all. So, if you haven't seen Aladdin for some reason, what's happening right now is he basically gets caught stealing food, and he's trying to get away from the guards for stealing that food. And yeah, that's Aladdin, where we're at. Ow! So at this point, he hasn't met Genie. He's just Aladdin, the street rat. It's sad that you can't jump on the heads of the guards, because that's like how he gets away from them in the movie. Man, this is Disney. So, back in the 90s, they wanted to make sure that if you were playing a game, they were going to recoup their development costs on that game. Great for the devs, terrible for... Not even great for the devs, great for the company that is making the game, really. So what happened is you would get games that would be not the most fair of challenges to people. So what happens is you get something like Aladdin, Lion King, where the game is insanely difficult, where it takes a ton of practice, going through levels a bunch, and really, really getting it all down, knowing where the enemies are, knowing when to attack, when to use the special lamps, when to do basically everything. Because if you do anything wrong, you're dead. And the thing about that is you're also very limited on lives and continues and everything else. So what they did is they basically made it really difficult and said, hey, if people rent this game instead of buying it, we want to make sure that they're not going to beat it in the 5-day rental period that they have. So make it so that they have to get good at the game and they'll have to rent it multiple times. And what that did is it made games that are insanely difficult today. Everyone knows Lion King and how insanely hard it is. From watching this, I'm sure you can imagine that this isn't exactly easy. I don't know what the wish would have gotten me. By figuring 2 more lives is probably good. Oh, okay, this way. I do have to say that Aladdin is more complete than Lion King. Lion King is just, oh my god, it's so difficult. I'm going to end up playing it too. So you'll of course get to see, but it's a lot. This is fun though. Like, this is actually somewhat of a fun game. I've died a bit, but it's not something that's stopping me, that's making me go, ugh, I don't want to play anymore. It's fun. Whoa. Okay, I don't know what that was for. That's fine though. We don't need to worry about that at all. Find the scarab. So it looks like we pretty much abandoned the storytelling element. And this is where we are going to get into the realm of things that aren't in the movie. Overall, looking at the game, hey, look, a hidden Mickey. That's cool. So this is the part where in every game we get to, there's stuff that just isn't from the movie, like that snake. There's still guards out here, which, why would they chase him into the fucking desert? Especially because at this point, Aladdin is working for Jafar. Why is there a stop sign there? None of this makes sense. This is literally the people who developed it going, padding for our game? That being said, looking at it, it's still a really pretty game. Like, Aladdin looks like Aladdin. And all the environments look like stuff that you would probably find in Disney's Aladdin. So far that we've seen. I mean, there might be other stuff later on. The sound, I have no idea what this is supposed to be. This isn't from the movie at all. I'm sure they could have used a track from the movie and it would have sounded great, but, can't always. It's fine. It fits the theme, although it's kind of weird. All I keep thinking of is like, man, this would be perfect for like a Lost Vikings game. Oh, there's Iago, that bastard. Oh. But, oh, man. As you can tell from it, you can progress in this game. It's just hard. Although I think it's pretty fair with the lives. And the controls, of course. That's something that I can say about the Disney games, is the controls are pretty tight. I don't think there's any of them that play really awful. I know that there's some that have their moments that aren't fantastic, but for the most part, these games play pretty well. Great sound effects. Decent gameplay. It's just the stupid difficulty of some of the things you have to do is what makes these so bad and what gives them the horrible reputation that they have. Because if you didn't have to do half the stupid stuff you have to in like Lion King, no one would complain about that game. I also remember playing Jungle Book as a kid, and I remember that kind of being the same thing of like, wow, this game's really stupid because it's so difficult. But again, it's just my memory of it. It may not actually be that difficult anymore. Lion King still is, as we'll all see, and that was a spike that came out of the ground at a tent, which I wasn't expecting. But see, that's stuff with these games. If you don't pay attention, it's just how these games work. You'll die because you're not expecting like the level of troll that we have nowadays in these games, and that's what we have. This is like if you go on Mario Maker and play a troll level. That's basically what all of these games are.
Yeah.
Man, I have a lot of bonuses now. So we go from the deserts into the Agrabah rooftops, and we have to find flutes. I don't even know why. This sounds like a remix of Prince Ali. Dun 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 dun. Now it's one jump. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Man, so look how quick this went from just mediocre to really good again. God, the music is so good. And it even makes the reference of when he's in the room with the women of the night. Like, these games are so sound. So sound. Until you get to one of the sections that isn't. And they're known. You're never going to sit here and go, is this going to be one of the sections that sucks? No, you'll know instantly because you die super quick. It doesn't make any sense. And it's just there to suck. Yeah. Out of all of the Disney games, though, I think Aladdin's probably my favorite. As you can tell, mind you, I haven't played this game in many, many, many years. I don't return to any of the Disney games often. And when I do, it's basically just to create content for stuff because, well, it's Disney stuff, and it's stuff that everyone has memories and nostalgia of. You can't tell me that you've never enjoyed Disney ever, because, well, you have. Almost everyone has, anyway. If you didn't, I'm suspicious of your childhood. And I feel that you may have, you just may be suppressing that enjoyment of Disney. A lot of people do grow out of it, though, and that's fine. But it still comes back to the same point of everyone knows these, everyone has the nostalgia for them, and that's what makes it fun to play them. Back in the day, these are the games that we had, so that's why we played them. Would anyone have done it if a game like this came out today? Probably not. But back then, this is what we had. This is all we had. And, you know, that was good enough. Until your parents got mad at you for renting Aladdin for like the 30th time. And they're like, why don't you try a different game? And you're like, no, I can't. They're like, but you just get mad at that one because you can't beat it. And that's the plight of every 90s parent with these games. So, all of that being said, and my sloppiness with the game, I really do think anyone playing these today is going to have fun with them. Or at least this game today. We'll have fun with it. This is a boss battle. This is good. It's gonna take, some getting used to and some work to actually understand what you're doing and to make it through the levels. It's gonna take some persistence. You're gonna have to try, and you're probably gonna fail a few times. But I honestly think that anyone will have fun with this today. Kids, adults, you name it. So when it comes to giving it my actual rating, I think this is probably going to be the highest rated of any Disney game on the list. But even though I just died. But I do think with Aladdin, I'm going to have to give it probably a solid 7. 7 out of 10. Because with really, really good music, graphics that are straight from the movie. Like, this looks fantastic. You can tell exactly who every character is. There's no questioning who it is. Absolutely fantastic. And then just kind of decent gameplay. With all those factors, this is a solid 7 game. It's worth a play. You're not going to get the most time ever out of it, but it's fun. It'll give you a good afternoon, and if you haven't played it, you should go play it. So yeah, that's my review. If you want to see me play something else, go ahead and let me know what game you want to see down below, and I'll review it. Yeah, other than that, expect some Disney stuff coming up, and then expect some other stuff after that. And other than that, I will see you guys next time on Unscripted.